Hey, and welcome to the channel. This is a beautiful North Carolina Saturday morning. So coming to you from the back lot here at Hazmat Ops Training, also known as the backyard. You see Bella over there milling around. One of the other safety team members, security team members is over here. Ziva, we'll get a shot of her. Ziva, say hello. Hello. All right, so got a lot of questions about who are we, what are we doing, why are we doing it? So I wanted to just bring you kind of a channel bio. So stick with us, we got some good stuff. So I'll kind of run down the who, what, when, where, why, how, that kind of thing. So who are we? I've had a lot of questions about who we are, what we're doing. So my name's Joel. I am a retired fire captain here in North Carolina. I live in Greensboro, North Carolina. My employer for 26 out of my 30 years was with the Greensboro Fire Department. An excellent organization, again, here in central North Carolina. So I'm very proud of that. I've been retired for a couple of years. I'm in the emergency management field now, kind of as a second career. I'm young enough I can kind of start over and plan to do that for a while. So that's kind of who we are. So a little bit more background from a technical standpoint on the hazmat side. I was the program coordinator for our regional team. So here in Greensboro, we were, and they still are, one of the North Carolina's regional hazmat teams. There's 7 in the state. So I was the program coordinator for the team that's based here in Greensboro, as well as the city's local team for a number of years. Before that, starting in the early 90s, started on the hazmat team and saw that through the end of my career. So in various capacities. So that's kind of our background, and I say our because one person doesn't do it all. I've got a very vast network of counterparts and colleagues that are helping with some of the content on this channel, and we hope to bring you a lot of different stuff. So we'll kind of get into the what now. So what are we doing on the channel? What is Hazmat Ops Training all about? What is that channel all about? So over the years, I've done a lot of teaching. I've got a lot of teaching material. I've got just things that I've done both on the private side, kind of as part-time gigs, and for my primary employer, again, in the fire service. So I just had a ton, and when I retired, I had a ton of material that was just sitting there. And it dawned on me one day, after I kind of got hooked on YouTube for some other stuff. I'm kind of a car nerd. I'm not a car guy. I'm not a mechanic at all. But I am kind of a car nerd. And I got hooked on a channel. It's called Vice Grip Garage. We're not affiliates. The guy's name is Derek. He lives in Minnesota. And he's hilarious. He's an excellent mechanic and a pretty darn good comedian. So I got hooked on his channel, and it dawned on me one day, that's his thing, and hazmat's my thing. And it dawned on me one day, I'm not a comedian, but I can provide some of this information. I'm not a subject matter expert on anything, but I've got a lot of experience, and again, I've got a very vast network of partners that have a lot of experience too. So I wanted to be able to have a way to communicate that with other people. So our primary audience, our target audience on this channel is kind of a mixed bag, if you will. What I wanted to see, and what I had been asked over the years from a lot of people when I was with the city and was doing the program coordination, I kept getting asked by some of our employees who were volunteers in other departments, on their days off and things like that, and volunteer in their community with their local fire departments. I kept getting questions about, hey, this is what we do here at the city. I understand what we do here at the city, but I may be a captain or I may be a chief officer in my volunteer department, and we don't have the resources that some of the cities have What are some things that we can do? How can we be creative with things like air monitoring, with things like spill and leak control, that kind of thing? So I got questions a lot from those types of folks, as well as people across the state and some of the counties that we served in our regional territory. They would call and ask about local capability. How can I build local capability? How can we, as a small department, operations level responders, how can we be more self-sufficient? You know, yes, we may still need to call you guys as the regional team, but how can we be more self-sufficient in here locally before you get here, or for smaller incidents? So I was constantly helping those folks, and I absolutely love that. That's one of the things that I cherished about my job and about my career, is being able to help folks. And you know, a lot of it is, again, it's not rocket science. But if you don't know, and if you're not exposed to that hazmat world, a lot of times it's not the easiest thing in the world to figure out. And I love to be able to take some of my technical knowledge, and again, those other partners that I've been involved with over the years, and pass that along to other partners in the business. So that's kind of how we started with the channel. We launched the channel with a tutorial series for the 2020 Emergency Response Guidebook, and quite frankly, that has done far better than I ever dreamed that it would. It's gone really, really well. Our episode 2 has gotten over 3,500 views, and for just a couple of months out there with basically no advertisement, I feel like that's amazing. And I've gotten some really good feedback on that. You know, it's a simple, you can tell already, I'm a simple dude. You know, I'm not, again, I'm not a subject matter expert on much of anything, but I've got a wide variety of some basic knowledge in the hazmat world. And the 2020 ERG is the basis, it is the basic text, if you will, for response out here. So that's where we wanted to start. We felt like that was a good launching point, and that's done really well. We've been very pleased with the response. Again, good feedback from the comments. So we appreciate anybody that's watching that has provided the comments, or if you're watching and you enjoyed that, thank you. We appreciate you watching that. We've done some other stuff. We've gotten into some other areas, and we'll continue to build out. We want to stay on that track with the 2020 ERG. We're looking to do some extra information along the lines of the highway and rail sections. We did another one on placards. We did the PHMSA DOT Chart 16 for understanding placards. So that's, again, that's kind of a spin-off. That's kind of a run-on from the 2020 ERG. We're following up this video with a firefighter safety. It's a little bit different angle from what the channel is really all about. However, it rolls right into some of the other topics that we'll cover. So I'm really excited about that. A good friend of mine who is a fire captain here, he's one of the hazmat captains here in town. He has done a lot of work, a lot of research from a firefighter safety standpoint. Stay tuned for that. Be sure to watch for that one. It'll be coming out in a couple of weeks. It's going to be really neat. He's done a lot of great work and great research for you. So another part of the what are we doing, and a little bit of who the audience is. There's, as any of you that are watching know, there's a couple of different angles for the business here. You know, you have volunteer organizations, you have combination organizations, you have private organizations, municipals, rurals. There's all kinds of different ways that we can approach this. So what I wanted to do is make sure that our content was usable for a rural volunteer department that may have a couple of times, a couple of weeknight trainings throughout the year that they want to dedicate to hazmat, and instead of having to pay for an instructor or having to travel to a community college or having to go do whatever, they can provide some in-house training with some content that we've created and that we've provided. Now, we don't want to replace anything. We're not trying to take away from anything. We're not trying to take away from any state programs. We're not trying to take away from any county level programs, any community college programs. It's just supplemental. And this channel is purely a hobby. I'm not trying to make any money off of you. I'm not trying to sell you anything. We, from time to time, will have opportunities for you to take advantage of some sponsorship opportunities that we're going to try to grab. And that's purely to save you money. That's not to try to sell you anything or make any money off of you. We want to try to provide a service to you, not try to make money off of you. And I mean that with everything that I've got. So if we have a training officer in a volunteer rural department who struggles, and that is a struggle every day, struggles to find content to deliver to their organization and to their members, this is something that, and we're still in a COVID environment. This video is made in August of 2021, so we're still very much in a COVID environment. And here in North Carolina, we're starting to lock back down. We're starting to go back to virtual training. After we'd opened up just a little bit, we're going back to mask mandates and things like that. So it's getting even more and more difficult for people, and especially in rural volunteer departments, to be able to provide training. So this is an opportunity for you to provide virtual training. You can give your members the link, say, hey, go to the link here, and that training officer has got a little bit of that burden lifted. For in-house training, if you've got a big monitor up on the wall in the classroom, projector, whatever, hook to YouTube, roll on, and you've got some class content that you can deliver, and again, takes a little bit of the load off of you. So that's one of the ways that we want to reach some of our brothers and sisters in the fire service, but not just the fire service, law enforcement, EMS, private industry, whoever wants to watch. As you know, YouTube's a free platform. Click it and it's yours. So that's one of the ways that, again, I wanted to share some of the information that I had collected over the years, compiled over the years, that's sitting collecting dust. So I wanted to kind of dust it off and be able to share some of that with anybody and everyone. Another kind of sector of the business, if you will, is our municipals. So the captain, whoever the company officer is, for everyday training, daily training on shift there in the stations, or again, whatever your situation may be, it's tough to find that day after day after day to keep your folks engaged, to keep your folks sharp. So again, that's kind of another audience that we wanted to try to capture. Little short stuff, 15, 20-minute stuff that you can then go out to the rig, you can go out in the back lot of the station, practice on some things. It's just some things to keep you sharp, some things to keep you thinking about. So the when, we quite frankly are struggling to keep regular content going. Again, I told you that I'm retired from one career and have started another one. Been in the emergency management field for about 3 years now, as a full-time deal. So it's tough. Life gets in the way, as all of you know. It's probably why you're watching YouTube and looking for training opportunities on YouTube, because you're busy. Yeah, again, life gets in the way. There's a lot of things going on for us, so we are quite frankly struggling to get content out, but we're doing our dead level best. And the neat thing about this platform is that we're growing in our knowledge base, not only for production, but for some other things in the hazmat world, because again, I don't know everything. So the more I learn and the more I'm able to offer to you, I'm building that cache of information still, even kind of in the golden years of my career. So that's pretty cool. And I really like that, and I'm picking up a lot of new information as we go to be able to provide to you. I told you where. Again, we're based in North Carolina. You can tell by the accent, and you can tell by the weather. I don't know if it translates through the camera or not, but it's hot in August in North Carolina. This is pretty early in the morning because I can't do this at noon. It'll be 95 degrees at noon, so I want to get out here early in the morning. But it's a beautiful day. We're here in North Carolina. Thank you for joining us. and I'll bring North Carolina tidbits. I've already got some of those things in some of the other videos, some of the mountains. My territory that I cover in my job covers some of the mountains of North Carolina. I absolutely love those areas, and I hope you will too. So I'll wrap up with the why. Again, why are we doing this? We want to be able to provide content for you, free of charge, easy to access. We've got comment section. You can give me feedback. You can tell me what you like, what you don't like. Tell me what you want to see differently. And if you need a resource that I can't provide, I know somebody who can. I promise. I can get you the answer. So that's really cool. Hey, thank you for being with us. We truly cherish all of our subscribers. Whether you're a subscriber or not, thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, if you're on a computer, right down there it'll either be on that side or that side. Right down there in the corner, there's a little subscribe button. If you're on a computer or a phone, you can scroll down just a little bit under the screen and there'll be a big red subscribe button there. You can also click the little bell there, and that's a notification button. It'll give you notifications when we post new content. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you next time.